The European Union and Ethiopia celebrated 50 years of partnership, highlighting a strong and enduring relationship. On the press conference given to the media, the EU ambassador to Ethiopia, Sophie from Misberger, emphasized shared values and extensive cooperation across various sectors, including development, trade, via the Everything But Arms initiative, investment through the European investment banks, humanitarian aid, and political reform support. The EU pledged continued support for Ethiopia's peace process, economic reforms, agriculture, green legacy, digitalization, and cultural exchanges. Both sides affirmed the strengths and importance of their ongoing collaboration.
In Addis, we are as a Team Europe with indeed 21 member states present, and we are a strong, reliable partner with our collective collaboration with Ethiopia in different forms. Together, if we put all the funds, we contribute with around 1 billion annually. Our deep and broad relations cover many different aspects and tracks trade and economic relations, humanitarian work. I would like to underline that Ethiopia has been and continues to be one of EU's most important partners on the African continent. Throughout the last decades, we have recognized Ethiopia's work in reducing poverty, economic growth, and in infrastructure development. We also fully support Ethiopia's constructive role in peace and security in the Horn of Africa, the sacrifices that has been made in Somalia in the fight against Al-Shabaab, and Ethiopia has been the #1 contributor to UN peacekeeping operations in Africa. Here, EU is there to support the implementation, and we want these reforms to succeed. EU and Ethiopia, we share many interests, like the renewable energy, supporting Ethiopia's homegrown green legacy initiative, digitalization, agriculture, and connecting to all these strands the private sector.
Deputy Director General for European and American Affairs at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Abraham Mengistu, for his part, revealed Ethiopia and the European Union have strong relations. His remarks highlight the importance of Ethiopia's macroeconomic reforms and the potential for enhanced partnerships with European organizations. By reflecting on the strengths and weaknesses of their current relationship, both parties can better strategize for the future. The emphasis on trade as a defining element for their partnership underscores the need for mutual economic benefits and collaboration. The reference to unity as a source of strength resonates with the broader aspirations for a prosperous future, reinforcing the idea that cooperation and shared goals can lead to significant achievements. This approach not only aims to solidify existing ties, but also to pave the way for new opportunities that benefits both Ethiopia and the EU.
Over the years, the enduring bond of friendship, shared values and aspirations have characterized the interaction between Ethiopia and the European Union. While concurring with you, Your Excellency, about the historical context of our relations, I would also like to state that Ethiopia enjoys a very long-standing relation with the member states of the European Union as well. Ethiopia is always very grateful for the generous support and the fruitful cooperation that we had with the European Union and its member states over the years. And going forward, we wish to see more investment in trade. We believe that it should be investment in trade that should define our partnership in the coming decades and centuries. In the areas of peace and stability, of course, Ethiopia's commitment to the maintenance of peace and stability in the Horn of Africa is indisputable. Our joint effort in combating terrorism, violent extremism, piracy, drug and human trafficking need to be strengthened, given the complex geopolitical dynamics and interconnected challenges that we are facing today, which are by far beyond the ability the capability of a singular state to face. We believe that a stronger and more determined effort, not less, are expected both from Ethiopia and the European Union, not only for our mutual benefit, but also for the benefit of the international community at large as well. I believe that the future of our relation is bright, filled with potential for collaboration in much broader areas, such as investment, trade, regional security, climate change, and technological innovation. The macroeconomic reform, the comprehensive macroeconomic reform that the Ethiopian government has embarked on, provides ample opportunity for the European companies. And we believe, given Ethiopia's effort to invest on improving ease of doing business and our also drive to join the WTO, we believe it provides additional impetus for the European companies also to come and invest in Ethiopia, to do business in Ethiopia. That is, we believe, the right kind of partnership, the deserving partnership that we aspire to build with the European Union and its member states. The next 50 years are marked by even greater collaboration, friendship, and shared success. I thank you.
Ambassador Snika Anttila of Finland emphasized the long-standing diplomatic ties between Finland and Ethiopia, noting significant collaborations in education, water supply and sanitation, agriculture, and land management. She also praised Finland's ongoing partnership with the African Union and peace mediation efforts.
The 65th anniversary of Ethiopia's and Finland's diplomatic relations. We heard there are 21 member states, so I'm telling the story of my country, Finland. So we have Finland and Ethiopia have long-term cooperation, mainly in development areas, in education, water supply, and agriculture, land management. These long and very tight relations, both within governments but also between our peoples, are based on trust. Trust, and even the war did not disrupt that. Those good relations continued. At the moment, in fact, we are preparing a new country program. Here I will have a delegation coming from Helsinki next week. And throughout our cooperation, the focus has been three areas: education, water supply and sanitation, and agriculture and land management. And there are different figures, but I have figures since 2017 in water sector. We have supported 25 million euros, to education 27 million, and agriculture and land management 28 million euros. And in education, we support our newest support is through the World Bank-led multi-donor trust fund program. We have also supported that previously. It's a sector support program. And then when the conflicts came, we thought, like many development partners think, that we need the nexus. We call it nexus, when we need to move development funding to help people in need of humanitarian aid. So we started already during the conflict in the north, education in emergencies program, and now we are continuing that program also in Oromia, North Sheva, and Gucci, Tigray, and Gambella regions now. And then the niche area in education for Finland is inclusive education. So we leave nobody behind. So we need to take we have a lot of Finnish non-governmental organizations. They have been here long also, as long as we have. They have partnerships with local Ethiopian NGOs, and they work much in the same areas. We are like complementing each other's work. They're in education, water supply, but also very important peace mediation. And we also support such initiatives and women's rights, human rights, rights of people with disability from our small project fund at the embassy. Finland has had long cooperation with African Union on peace mediation. Our key channel has been the CMI, Conflict Management Institute, which is a foundation formed by our former president Martti Ahtisaari.
Similarly, Ambassador Kristina Rade of Slovenia expressed enthusiasm about the commonalities shared between Slovenia and Ethiopia, particularly in beekeeping. With Slovenia's rich history in bee conservation and pollination, plans are underway to launch initiatives that will not only enhance agricultural practices in Ethiopia, but also serve as a unique diplomatic bridge between the two nations.
We found so many in common with Ethiopian people. First of all, we all adore bees, and beekeeping is something that tell the world that we are working committed with the partnership with Ethiopia in beekeeping diplomacy. I would like to launch this partnership with the city of Addis Ababa very soon. On 20th of May, which is International World Bee Day, Slovenia launched this day to United Nations 7-8 years ago. We will have the second symposium about beekeeping and about pollinators in their job in the future. Here in Addis, actually in a little bit out of Addis in May. So I'm very sure that you will come around, that you will help us promote peace and security through Bees for Peace and our projects which we have in mind in our partnership. So this is our signature in the European family, and of course we will work tirelessly together like an EU family to take care about the creatures which they have the most important job in the world. They are taking care about food security.
Ambassador Sophie of the EU reminded the strong relations between the EU and Ethiopia, and she underscored the importance of Ethiopia's role in peacekeeping missions across Horn of Africa. She noted that ongoing dialogues and exchanges between Ethiopian officials and their European counterparts have strengthened mutual understanding and collaboration, and the people-to-people relation is paving the way for cultural exchanges and scholarship opportunities for Ethiopian students.
I think now for the European Union it's 50 years of partnership that started with development aid, some trade, and has now really diversified into a relationship rich with engagement at different levels, from government, business to people. So I would say that it has developed in a really nice way. So I would say that it's like a rich relationship in diplomatic relations. Well, I have been here for 6 months, and I would say the fact that the foreign minister met with the EU's high representative just some weeks ago. That was important that they could meet at the early stage of the mandate, and also we had a very good dialogue with the government in December with the foreign minister in lead, where we really covered a number of areas. So this set the framework now for our next steps, and there the private sector, the business environment is one, and then the regional integration as also one of the key areas where we want to do more. Here the Ankara Declaration will come in, now the relationship with Somalia being on track with Ethiopia. So I think there's so much of potential in this region, and Ethiopia is really like one of the key actors to drive this forward, also like on regional integration. It's a rich exchange, and evidently one could always do more, but there are different, of course, the three cultural centers. There is the German Goethe Institute, there is the Italian Center, there is the French Alliance Française. So also to use these as platforms in Addis for us Europeans and Ethiopians to meet Of course, we also have student exchange. There is this Erasmus Plus program. Member states have also different programs. So there are many different tools. But as I said, we could do more. And I'm looking forward to exploring those opportunities during my term. This Erasmus, so it's not only student but also research exchange, and also there is a program Horizon where exactly the purpose is to bring also researchers together. And I think there is so much that we can explore. Artificial intelligence, Ethiopia, you have the Center for AI. I think that they're, for example, really keen to see what we can do more.
Ambassador Christine Peter of the Netherlands reflected on a century of diplomatic relations, highlighting cooperation in vital sectors such as water supply, food and nutrition security, and health. She expressed optimism for future business and trade partnerships that would benefit both nations.
We've had a long-lasting diplomatic relationship between our countries. I actually recently found out that the first trade agreement was signed 100 years ago. So we've been here for a long time. Diplomatic relations, more or less 60 years old. We are working in sectors where we feel, as the Netherlands, we have added value. And then you must think of the water sector, food and nutrition security, but also health, sexual and reproductive health and rights. Those are issues where we are active in and working together with our Ethiopian partners. And also we are here because we have an interest to be here. We want to do business. We want to assure that the region stays safe, stable and secured. And we also work together with the Ethiopian government on the migration issue.
The ambassadors collectively acknowledged the economic integration and business ties already established, with numerous investors and companies from their respective countries actively operating in Ethiopia.
We have currently 180 European companies. I think this is, and many of them have been here for very long. So I think this really shows the interest in the Ethiopian markets. And now with the reforms, we could expect that even more would be coming, as there is a lot that we share and the interest is there. Thinking of first place are the decisions taken last summer, well in July, August, about opening up with the foreign exchange, more indeed macroeconomic reform, and also related to that then that companies can establish. One of the front runners was of course Safaricom, that came already 4 years ago, and wants to expand its 4G network now to different regions. I think this is important message that this big company is here and wants to expand, and everything what we can do to support it will be important.
The Netherlands has more or less, I don't know the exact number, but roughly 100 Dutch investors. And they've been working here for 20, 25 years. Some maybe are a little bit newer. But we are working in particular in the agricultural sector. You have to think about the horticulture, flowers, dairy. Those are the sectors where the Dutch investors are working in, also for the export market, but also trying to serve the local market. That is what we have been doing, and we really hope that we will be able to keep working in these areas, and for the companies to also stay in a working environment where they feel comfortable.
We have very long ties. Last year, I recall, we celebrated 65 years of diplomatic relations, and long time, especially in development cooperation in different fields, especially education, water supply, and agriculture, land management, and also extensive people-to-people contacts, because there are also, not only government-to-government cooperation, but also all the biggest non-governmental organizations. They have been here as long, and they have partnerships with the local organizations. Because this development cooperation in these three areas has been the key focus area for long. We are continuing. In fact, we are preparing now our new country program. I have a delegation coming next week. But we also want to diversify into trade and business partnerships, and we have some companies here. The war, what you had in the northern part, of course, it maybe scared away some companies, but we have, of course, Nokia, very keen on digitalization here, working with both Ethio Telecom and Safaricom here, and we have Vaisala, and we have a program on between the meteorological organizations of Finland and Ethiopia on weather radar systems to help you to fight climate change here. But I would like to see also business delegations coming, and I would like to see more business partnerships. There are also smaller, we have some instruments that can support, business partnerships between Ethiopian and Finnish companies. We have some projects here already, and I hope to see more. And also we are involved in EU, because we are EU member countries, so we are looking forward to what are the chances for global gateway projects in digitalization, for instance, and we are looking forward into new partnerships. Education is a key focus area, especially inclusive education. So there have been very, very tight exchanges, both of teachers and students. There are also university exchanges. So it's since long time it's tight. So those are the important people-to-people relations that. They were not harmed even when you had conflicts in the north. Those are standing. It's a good basis. So I see that as a good basis. Culture at the moment we don't have much, but we are also willing to look into more areas.
They outlined ambitious plans for future collaborations aimed at enhancing development across various sectors. As these nations continue to strengthen their partnerships with Ethiopia, there is a palpable sense of optimism for a future marked by shared growth, peace, and cultural exchange.
There are interests that we share, like the green economy, digitalization, agriculture, agro-industry, and all this, the private sector is related to this. So I think that is like one big field of work where I really look forward to, and really like the digitalization being like a key for, like I would say, all different tracks of development, and electrifying the country is also like one enabler then to move.
So also looking into the future, we will continue along the same lines: water, food, nutrition, security, health, willing to do business with Ethiopia. We are here to stay, and we would like to further strengthen those relations also in the years to come.
We have long-standing cooperation and good linkage. It's a good basis. We need peace. We need peace in Ethiopia. We need peace in Horn of Africa. So, and please, what we say, because we work a long time with African Union on peace mediation. Finland is a peace mediation country. So please resolve conflicts through dialogue, not violence.
The commitment demonstrated by these ambassadors heralds a new chapter of cooperation that promises to enrich the lives of Ethiopians and foster stability in the region.